White's Army, gather round. What's happening, Leeds faithful? Your heart is about to be put through the absolute ringer today, because we've got 3 massive bombshells that are going to shake Elland Road to its very foundations. Listen, I know you're still buzzing from that Everton win, still trying to forget that Fulham heartbreak, but what I'm about to tell you is going to make you question everything about where this club has been and where it's heading. We're talking about a goalkeeper who's now catching the eye of Inter Milan after we practically gave him away. A former left-back who's basically calling our league soft compared to Spain, and training ground drama that's got the White's Army absolutely fuming. You know what? Hit that like button right now because you're going to need something to grip onto. And smash that subscribe button because this is the kind of inside information that separates the true Leeds faithful from the fair weather fans. I'm telling you right now, by the end of this video, you're going to be either absolutely raging or desperately hoping for redemption, because what's unfolding at Thorpe Arch and beyond is the kind of stuff that either builds dynasties or destroys dreams. And it all starts with a decision that's making Jesse Marsch look like he completely lost the plot, marching on together. But first, let me tell you about the goalkeeper catastrophe that's got Italian giants circling like vultures. Right, Leeds faithful, remember that name I just teased? Elia Copperl, write it down, tattoo it on your forehead, because this lad is about to become the transfer mistake that haunts us for decades. Picture this, Jesse Marsch sits in his office, looks at this young Italian keeper, and thinks, nah, pound 1.5 million sounds about right for someone who's never kicked a ball for us professionally. Well, guess what, White's Army? That decision is now coming back to bite us harder than a Yorkshire winter. Copperl didn't just leave Leeds and fade into obscurity. Oh no, this lad went to Bari, absolutely dominated Serie B, caught the eye of Empoli, then landed his dream move to Napoli. We're talking about Antonio Conte's Napoli here, not some Sunday League team. He's been loaned to Empoli, then Cagliari, and now Cagliari have made it permanent for £7 million. But here's where it gets absolutely mental. Inter Milan are now sniffing around. The same Inter Milan that won Serie A, that compete in the Champions League, that sign world-class talent. And they're looking at a keeper we practically gave away for the price of a decent championship striker. The Italian press are going mad for him, saying he's got unlimited potential, that he's already secured despite being young, that his time at Leeds mired him greatly. Meanwhile, we're stuck watching Illan Meslier having nightmares every other week. And get this, Raffaele Di Gennaro, former Italian international who played for Fiorentina and Verona, came out and said Copperl already has the security of a 25-year-old keeper. Despite being in his first Serie B season, the man literally said he sees a future without limits for our former keeper. While we're here praying Meslier doesn't throw another ball into his own net, Copperl is being hailed as the next great Italian goalkeeper. This is the kind of transfer business that makes you want to march down to Elland Road and demand answers. But wait, because it gets worse. Just when you thought the goalkeeper situation was painful enough, Junior Firpo, remember him? Our former left-back who we released on a free has just delivered the most backhanded compliment in football history. This man has gone to Real Betis, played 3 games, and basically told the Spanish media that English football is soft. According to Firpo, Spanish referees are tougher because there's a culture of not cheating in England, and referees catch you quickly in Spain. He's essentially saying our Premier League refs let players get away with diving and play acting. Can you believe the audacity? This is the same Firpo who spent for years at Elland Road, who Leeds fans were desperate to keep, who we thought might be our long-term solution at left back. And now he's out here telling the world that Spanish football is more honest than English football. The most insulting part, Firpo was talking about a disallowed goal where he allegedly fouled an opponent, claiming the player dived and that this goal would never have been disallowed in England. He's basically saying English refs are blind and Spanish football has higher standards. After 4 years of benefiting from Premier League officiating, he's now acting like he's discovered some pure form of football in La Liga. Meanwhile, back at Leeds, we've replaced him with Gabriel Gudmundsson, who's been about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. The Swede scored an absolute howler of an own goal against Fulham that cost us precious points, had a nightmare against Arsenal in that 5-0 thrashing, and generally looks like he's still figuring out which end of the pitch to defend. Firpo is out there playing Champions League football, settling into La Liga like he owns the place, while we're stuck with a left back who seems to specialize in gifting goals to the opposition. But Leeds faithful, if you think that's the worst of it, hold on to your scarves because Daniel Farke's latest training ground antics are about to send you into orbit. This is it. White's Army, the moment that's got every single Leeds fan questioning whether Daniel Farke has completely lost his mind. With Wolves away looming and our attack looking about as threatening as a wet paper bag, what does our German genius decide to focus on in training? Small-sided games and confidence building. Let me paint you the picture. Leeds United have scored the goals in 5 Premier League games, 1 penalty against Everton and 1 goal against Sheffield Wednesday's youth team in the Cup. Our attack has been more absent than a politician's promises, and Farke's solution is to play mini games at Thorpe Arch. The man himself said, "We have had many small-sided games during this week. When you score goals, you build the confidence and the instinct comes back. Small-sided games. Against Wolves away, when we're desperately crying out for goals, Leeds fans on social media are absolutely losing it." One supporter perfectly summed it up. It's not as if we're missing gilt-edged chances. The bigger problem isn't finishing but creating those big chances. Another fan dropped the ultimate truth bomb. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And here's the kicker. Young Harry Gray is absolutely tearing it up with the U21s, breaking Leeds records left, right, and center. And Farke completely shut down any talk of giving him a chance. The lad's got striker instinct. He's hungry. He's fearless. But apparently he needs more physicality experience. While our current forwards couldn't hit a barn door with the GPS system, Farke even had the nerve to say, "I don't want to sound arrogant, but I gave Harry his debut in the crunch time. If I were to back a manager to be brave enough to play a young player, I'd pick me." The arrogance is staggering. Meanwhile, Jack Harrison and Brendan Aronson are probably getting the nod ahead of a kid who's actually scoring goals. We're playing it safe with players who've already proven they can't deliver when it matters most. The Whites Army are watching Paul Merson and Chris Sutton predict more away misery at Molineux. And instead of addressing our obvious attacking deficiencies, Farke is playing playground football and keeping our hottest prospect locked away, like he's made of glass. Final wake-up call, Leeds faithful. So there you have it. Elia Copperl starring in Serie A while Inter Milan come calling. Junior Firpo basically calling English football amateur hour. And Daniel Farke treating our goal drought like it's a confidence problem solved by playground football. This is the reality check the Whites Army needed but probably didn't want. We're watching our former players thrive elsewhere, while our current squad struggles to create chances, score goals, or maintain any kind of consistency that befits a club of Leeds United stature. But here's the thing about Leeds United and the incredible Whites Army. We've been through worse. We've climbed from League One to the Premier League. And we've never, ever given up on this beautiful, maddening, magnificent football club. Hit that like button if you're still backing Farke to turn this around. Smash subscribe if you believe in this squad. And drop a comment telling me, after everything we've heard today, do you think Leeds United are building something special? Or are we watching our best opportunities slip through our fingers like sand? Marching on together, through the good times and the absolutely mental times. We all love Leeds. Mott.